Today we're diving deep into the shadows, beyond the kind of blues and a love supremes, to uncover 10 underrated jazz albums that have been hiding in plain sight. These records didn't top the charts, they didn't win Grammys, some of them didn't even get proper recognition in their own time. But trust me, they're absolute gold. And if you're even remotely into jazz, you need to hear them. I'm Joe, and this is Jazz Inspires, the place where we celebrate the past, the present, and the future of this incredible art form. If you're ready to expand your ears, deepen your collection, and fall in love with some truly overlooked masterpieces, you're in the right place. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's get into the 10 underrated jazz albums you need to hear now. And I promise at least one of these is going to blow your mind. First up is a Blue Note masterpiece that somehow still flies under the radar. Point of Departure by pianist Andrew Hill. Released in 1964, this album features an absolutely jaw-dropping lineup. Eric Dolphy, Joe Henderson, Kenny Dorham, Richard Davies, and Tony Williams. That alone should make your ears perk up. Hill's compositions on this album are bold, angular, and brimming with emotional complexity. It's avant-garde, yes, but still deeply melodic. Tracks like Refuge and New Monastery showcase Hill's unique harmonic language, something that's often compared to Monk, but he really has his own distinct voice. If you're into adventurous, cerebral jazz that still swings, then Point of Departure is an essential listen. This one is a gem. Portrait of Sheila is one of the first vocal jazz albums ever released on Blue Note, and Sheila Jordan brings something truly singular to the table. Her voice is haunting, intimate, and unorthodox. She phrases like a horn player and takes incredible risks. The standout track, That There, is almost painfully beautiful, while Baltimore Oriole gives a haunting interpretation that stays with you long after it ends. If you think you've heard everything jazz vocals have to offer, this album will prove you wrong. In the best way. Trumpeter Booker Little is one of those tragic jazz figures who left us far too soon, at just 23. But what he left behind is astonishing. Out front is a brilliant showcase of his mature and expressive style and advanced compositional mind. He's joined by Max Roach, Eric Dolphy, and Don Friedman, and together they create something harmonically rich and emotionally resonant. This isn't background music, it's jazz that demands and rewards close listening. Little's tone is pure and piercing, and the interplay between him and Dolphy is just out of this world. If you want to hear a master who burned bright and fast, Out Front is essential. This is one for the deep diggers. Pianist Mal Waldron's The Quest is a dark, almost brooding album featuring Eric Dolphy and Booker Irving, and the vibe is nothing short of hypnotic. It's modal, it's moody, and it walks the line between hard bop and free jazz. The chemistry between Dolphy and Irvin is something to behold, contrasting styles that somehow create this magnetic tension. It's a sleeper of an album that creeps up on you. Give it a few listens and you'll be hooked. This one packs a punch. Trumpeter Charles Tolliver's Music Inc. is a fiery, uncompromising statement that blends the soul of hard bop with the urgency of the post-Coltrane era. There's a righteous energy in tracks like Household of Sound. It's jazz with teeth. The band is incredibly tight and the compositions are bold, intricate and socially conscious. Tolliver doesn't get nearly the credit he deserves, and this album is a testament to his vision and power. Ahead of its time in every sense, Mary Lou Williams's Zodiac Suite was composed in the mid-40s and was far more harmonically advanced than most music of the era. It's a series of miniatures, one for each zodiac sign, blending classical structure with jazz improvisation. Williams was a trailblazer in every aspect, a woman leading in a male-dominated field, and a genius who could play stride, swing, bebop and beyond. This album shows her as a true innovator, worthy of far more recognition. Plus, if you're a fan of genre-bending piano works, this one will absolutely blow your mind. Here's a West Coast sleeper that's smooth, soulful and sophisticated. Harold Land's The Peacemaker features Bobby Hutcherson on vibes, and together they create a lush, serene sound that still swings hard. Land's tone on tenor sax is warm and lyrical, somewhere between Coltrane and Joe Henderson, but with his own mellow vibe. The compositions are accessible but not simplistic. There's depth here, especially on the title track. It's an album that feels like a conversation at dusk. Thoughtful, mellow, and quietly powerful. Ran Blake is a pianist who does not play by the rules. This album, with its wildly eclectic name, The Blue Potato and Other Outrages, is as unpredictable and moody as the title suggests. Blake blends film noir atmospheres with free jazz, gospel touches, and minimalist phrasing. It's like jazz through a foggy lens, familiar yet unsettling. If you're looking for something totally outside the box, something that challenges your ears while still being emotionally engaging, this is a brilliant and bizarre listen. This is another avant-garde gem from the Blue Note catalogue. Trombonist Grachan Moncur III brought something entirely new to the table with Evolution. With Jackie McLean, Bobby Hutcherson and Tony Williams on board, this album explores space, silence and abstraction in ways that were groundbreaking at the time. Moncur's trombone work is both soulful and cerebral. You can feel the emotion, but he never plays it safe. The compositions are mysterious, even eerie at times. This is music that pushes boundaries while staying rooted in deep expression. Underrated doesn't even begin to cover it. Let's finish with a UK legend. Canadian-born but long-time London resident Kenny Wheeler released New High on ECM in 1975, with a dream team of Keith Jarrett, Dave Holland, and Jack DeJohnette. This album is spacious, lyrical, and emotionally profound. Wheeler's trumpet playing is ethereal and fluid, and the compositions have that classic ECM ambience. The opening track, Hey OK, is over 20 minutes of pure bliss. A slow-burning journey that showcases Wheeler's masterful sense of pacing and tone. If you haven't experienced Kenny Wheeler yet, this is a perfect place to start. And there you have it, 10 underrated jazz albums that you absolutely need to hear now. Hopefully there were a few surprises in there and maybe even some new names to explore. The beautiful thing about jazz is that it's a never-ending rabbit hole. There's always another hidden gem waiting to be discovered. Now I want to hear from you. What are your favourite underrated jazz albums? Drop them in the comments below. I love checking out your recommendations, and who knows, they might end up on a future video. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favour, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And share this with a fellow jazz lover. It really helps to grow the channel and I really do appreciate your support. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay inspired and keep listening.